Everyone. This is a very quick tutorial to assist us to be able to copy information from BEC result listing to be able to easily transfer the data or information to our various or to the template of which we are requesting for the BEC analysis. So as you can see, maybe templates like this will be shared with you and you can start working on that. So on the analysis, basically what is requesting is that we get the school name, the candidate's name, the candidate's list number, sex, the various subject areas, grades, and then it would automatically do the aggregation and then tell whether the candidate had failed, and the template would also do the various computation that the analysis is trying to get for us. So maybe from when you get your template, you open a new sheet of which we would work on. The other thing too is to also make sure that we have opened our notepad on on our computer. So for example, just type notepad and then you launch it and you're done. The next thing to also look at would be the Microsoft Word. Quick one. Would be Microsoft Word. So you just need a blank page for Microsoft Word of which we would also be using to do our work. So without much ado, I think we should just go straight to it. One of the most important things that would require us to make it easier is for us to also download the Adobe Acrobat Reader. I know you have other templates as well, but I would strongly recommend that you use the Adobe Acrobat in doing this. So basically that. So you need to install that on your PC. Whilst doing that, we know that we have to now open the template or the analysis sheet, or sorry, the results listing that has been given to you for us to do the BEC recording. So let us note that, for example, on every page, it starts from index number 1 to index number 12. Index number 12. So at index number 12, the grades would now extend to the next page. So as you can see, we have the other new information. The reason why we are recommending the Acrobat is because it enables us to copy easily and paste it to wherever that we are looking for. The WAEC PDF file has been encrypted, so the Acrobat makes it a bit more convenient and easy for us. So in copying, for those who have more than 20 candidates, when you are copying, it would mean that you have your index number 12 grades or results being extended to the next page, and you'll need to pay attention in copying that. So in copying, we are saying that the first thing you need to do is to highlight, make it a bit more minimal for you, like I've done, and then highlight the entire text on one page. On the entire text on one page, you can then, when we leave it, have the copy from the copy text from the pop-up, and then we select the copy. Let us note that when we highlight everything, including what's on the other page, we will not be able, interestingly, we have the copy text. But assuming we copy this one and then we paste it here, we may have some limitation, which will mean that even though we copied a whole lot of candidate results, we will not have all the 20 or all that we copied. So we strongly recommend that regardless of how many your candidates are, you should start with the first 12 candidates, or all the candidates on the first page, so that you can be able to copy. So you come back to the file, you minimize it, and then as usual, you copy from maybe where the index number or something, etc. And then, sorry, and then, so I would have to start again because this could be a bit boring. Highlight, and then I choose the copy text. I can now then, and let's not forget that we have some part of the data or the information for index number 12 extended to the second page. So let's not forget that we also have to come here and then copy. So upon having that in mind, we come to Microsoft Word, we come here, and then you can either put the page layout either to landscape. I would prefer landscape over a portrait. But I mean, landscape highly recommended. Landscape and then the margin narrow. That's highly recommended. So you copy. You do not choose this text keep text only. It could be merge formatting, but not recommended. So please kindly use the keep source formatting, and then you have the candidates results available. Now we need to find the index number 12 data for career technology and then computing, etc. also in there. You understand? So how do we go about this? What will happen is that we would go back to the document and then copy the rest of the data. Like I told you, you highlight it and then it will give you a pop-up and then you copy text. Highly recommended you do that. And then you come back to Microsoft Word and you where we have the career, you continue by clicking on that area and then you right click and then you include keep source formatting. In this case, it will mean that we have the full result for index number 12. Now that we have this, then we can now quickly go back to the PDF file again and then copy the rest of the result as it's shown on one page. Remember, if there is an extension of anybody's result on any other page, you would have to repeat just like how we did for the first page. Please do not forget. So we'll copy all this, we'll highlight, we'll leave it, and then we'll use the copy text. After the copy text, we now have to quickly go back to Microsoft Word and move to the next tab and then right click and then choose again the keep source formatting. After all that, we can see that we have all our index numbers available from index number 1 to index number 20. If you select all of them, you will not be able to have it. So please go by this procedure we are giving you, unless you want to go through a tedious processes on working on this. So once you have all the candidate details here, you have to highlight all of them by maybe using Ctrl+A to highlight all of them. And then you go to your home tab and then you select the clear formatting. You find a clear formatting close to the font size, grow font, etc. And then it's also there. It's also close to the bullet. So after this is done, you should also quickly highlight by using Ctrl+A or whatever means, and then you copy. After copying, you now minimize your file and you move to your Excel sheet or document. So obviously your Excel sheet will be the same Excel template that we have given. It's not logged, etc. So you can still manipulate or do whatever it is on it and maybe delete it. Yeah. So for example, we'll paste it here at baby from B3 and then we'll highlight and then please observe this. We will paste using match destination formatting. Match destination formatting and not keep source formatting. So once this is done, you can now highlight all the text and then maybe readjust the file. So in readjusting the file, we obviously can see that we have the index number. Index number here, student. Student name, gender, uh, date of birth, and then the grade, subject, and grade. Let's not forget that the most difficult or tedious part of this is this part. So, but we will get there gradually. So, I mean, once we have this, we need to quickly observe this area. So, where the index number 12 is, we can clearly see that there's a difficulty or there's a challenge where the career tech moves into the next line. And we would want you to have it just like how the other subjects have been aligned over there. So what we will do now is that we would copy where the cell is to the other cell where we have the tech hyphen the grade. We'll copy it, Control C, etc. And then open your notepad. When you open your notepad, you just paste it there, whichever means. Now you type to where the tech is, or put your pointer at where the tech is, and then you press back and then maybe space to get it reorganized. Then when you are done, you can now copy it back and then go back to your sheet, and where you have the English language, you right click on that same page and then you paste, and then you realize that all of that has been aligned. So the next thing you will do is that you highlight the column, sorry, the row, the two rows that separate the first 12 and then the 13 to the rest, and then you delete it. When you delete it, it makes it more harmonious, as we can see over here. Now that we have this, it will now mean that we can quickly copy all the student names which we are looking for. So we bring it to the sheet, we paste value. We go back to the sheet. What's the sheet requiring now? It's requiring index number. Then we'll come here and then we'll copy the index number. And then we'll also paste value over here. We have the gender, so we also come here and then we'll copy the gender. And then we'll paste it. Now you at where the gender or sex is a drop list. It will be very important that maybe when we are done, we would have to really work on that, because the tab affects certain things on the sheet. So it's very important. We probably would have to come back, but the actual work is already done over here. Now the name of the school, if you are too lazy to type it, you could also just come here and copy it and bring it back here. And when you have it, you can just drop list it to the last next number. And I think sorry, you're not supposed to. And that is good to go. So even with this, we can just make some small alignment or adjustment to our various columns together. Now, our biggest challenge is making sure that we have the grades and then we do not input the grades one after the other, because it takes a lot of time. So what we'll do is we'll come back to the sheet where we worked on the grades. We'll highlight on all the grades as I have done here, and then we'll go to data. When we move to data, we'll move to the tab that says that text to column. So at text to column, we click on it. When we move to text to column, it gives us two options to either choose the delimited or the fixed width. The one that we are choosing is the delimited because it enables us to work on characters such as comma, tabs, and also separates each field. The fixed one does not necessarily do so. You would choose the delimited and move to the next. So already we have the tab. What we are looking for is that in the document or in the text, we have some comments that we want out. So we would actually see that over here, the what we are doing will be affected and it will happen exactly the way we should see it on the page. So we select comma, and the next thing is that we click on order and then we type the hyphen that is there. And now upon typing the hyphen, we can choose to move straight to finish and then we are done. And when you select finish, you can easily now align all the subjects and their grades in such a way and manner that you wouldn't have a challenge at all in seeing or viewing the way it's supposed to. You can go back to home and then include maybe some borders to make it look nice, go whatever it is. So now that we have done this, now we want to now move away and straight away copy the results in the tab. So English language, we come here, English grades, copy, paste values, like I said, paste values. The next one is mathematics, you find where the math is. You copy from straight and then you dump it. Mathematics, please, you choose value. The next one is English, math, science. So science is next. The next one is we move to the science column. We copy and then we paste it. And the next one would be social studies, and these are the core. So social studies. So we'll copy this and then we paste it. So as we can see in the template, we will not have the aggregate because it requires other grades to be able to have the final aggregate and then to see whether the candidate passed or not. So we just have to continue filling as we have done. So the next one we move on to is religious studies, RME. We copy all of that. The next one, computing. The next one is career, creative arts, sorry. The next one is career technology. We come to Ghana language. And if you have friends, you include that. So you realize that the template has already worked on the aggregate and etc. So we do not necessarily have a problem here at all. And when you are done, you save the file in the school name and you submit to us. So when you are done, maybe you can choose to keep this as part of the file because I wouldn't need it. And then maybe save it on your PC and then send me this. Because this is basically what I would be working with. So when the input or the copy and paste is done, you can now see that it gives us the breakdown. So the total number of candidates registered are 20, and we know we have a list of 20. So basically that. Over here is just because uh, there are file error issues here. So obviously the templates that will give you will be completely different. It gives us the breakdown for your various grades and also number of the aggregates. You get it. So this is actually really simple. Thank you so much. Let's kindly take our time to go through the file, do the necessary copy and paste to make the work a bit more easier and more productive for us. So thank you so much for your time. In recap, please kindly make sure you download the Adobe Acrobat. Make sure you have your notepad open, make sure you have your Microsoft Word also open and all that. So thank you so much.